Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television Lagos. A quick reminder of our top stories now. Gunmen attack police station in Bayelsa State, killed DPO and 3 others as police launch manhunt for perpetrators of crime. Taraba and Plateau State residents protest proposed Ruga settlement in parts of their states as the federal government says program is not limited to herders. And PDP to call over 400 witnesses as parties in the presidential election case agree on modalities and structure of the hearing of petition filed by the candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. And police in Hong Kong fire tear gas as dozens of protesters forced their way into Hong Kong's Legislative Council on the anniversary of the handover of power from Britain. For more information on our top stories and others, please visit our website, is channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb, which has our videos and our show reels. Also, watch Channels Television's live stream on YouTube and other social media platforms using your mobile device browser, or download the Channels TV app for Android and iOS devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news and updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share those pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. The leadership of the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria and the northern community in Enugu State have debunked the alleged expulsion of herders in a community in Enugu State. The group dispelled the expulsion rumor during a fact-finding mission by the state governor and the heads of various security agencies to the area to ascertain the true situation. They also allayed fears of misunderstanding and friction between the herders and their host community, while the governor, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, also assured indigents and non-indigents in the state of security of their lives and property.
Here is the non-viral Nenwe video clip, where someone took time to record what looked like a conspiracy of a dissident group of people in a community who mobilized to harass a group of herdsmen on the transit out of their town. The video in question neither record nor report any harm caused by the herdsmen before, while and after they suffered the harassment in the hands of the group. This makes the act of the group condemnable and contrary to the persistent call for Nigerians to be their brother keepers wherever and whenever occasion demands.
The preliminary investigation conducted revealed that such incident did not happen in the community.
Yes.
The police explained that what transpired was only a movement of cattle and herders from Cross River State through Buru in Ohozara local government area of Ebonyi State and a neighboring town for grazing. The police investigation further revealed that such transit has nothing to do with escorting herders and their cattle out of our Nenwe community. Consequently, we found out that the state video is not true, and we therefore appeal to those who are peddling false news about Enugu State to note that Enugu is a very peaceful state.
More stories now. Former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo is calling for the effective management of the nation's diversity and identity to foster the necessary unity for socio-economic and political development of the country. Chief Obasanjo made the call while speaking at an international conference on religion, the state, and the global politics in Ogun State.
Politics is part of our diversity. Ethnicity is part of our diversity. You can name them. And they all have to be managed and managed properly. But when you mismanage diversity with impunity, is particularly annoying, if I may put it just that way. It's particularly, it can lead to what we may not want it to lead to.
Nigeria's former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Parties involved in the presidential election petition have agreed on the modalities and structure for the hearing of the petition filed by the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP in the February 23rd presidential election, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and his party, the PDP. Among some of the propositions made, which is the subject of the approval of the panel, is that hearing in the substantive matter will commence on Thursday, July the 4th. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and his party, the PDP, are amongst 3 other petitioners challenging the outcome of the presidential polls that handed the second term to President Muhammadu Buhari. Our correspondent Amaka Okafo reports.
It's the resumed hearing of the People's Democratic Party petition challenging the election of President Muhammadu Buhari. At the proceedings following a request by parties in the suit, which was granted by the chairman of the tribunal, Justice Muhammad Garba, parties agreed on how the tribunal should go about the conduct of the proceedings in the hearing of the main petition. Lead counsel to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and the PDP, Mr. Levi Uzuku, who spoke on behalf of all the lawyers in the matter, gave a summary of the decisions reached by parties after a 30-minute stand-down of the pre-trial hearing. Mr. Uzuku told the tribunal that all parties agreed that instead of the 14 days allowed by law for the petitioners to call their witnesses in the case, the petitioners will spend 10 days while the respondents will use 6 days. On time to be allotted to each witness called by parties, parties agreed on 5 minutes for ordinary witnesses and 10 minutes for their cross-examination, while 10 minutes was agreed for star, expert and subpoenaed witnesses. 20 minutes was allotted for their cross-examination and 3 minutes for their re-examination. On the issue of documents, it was agreed that parties should indicate their objection, if any, at the point of tendering, but address on the objection will be isolated from the main address. The parties also agreed that all documents should be tendered from the bar and that parties should list and exchange schedule of documents they intend to rely on in the petition. In respect of final addresses, parties agreed that the respondents will file their final addresses 7 days after the close of the address, while petitioners will get 5 days, and 3 days is for the reply on points of law. Meanwhile, the tribunal has adjourned to the 3rd of July 2019 to rule on an application filed by the PDP seeking the tribunal's orders to expunge the proceedings of June 11, 2019. Amaka Okafo, Channels Television News.
You're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, reaching you live from Lagos. Let's quickly cross over to our Abuja studios now, where Ibrahim Adra is standing by to take us through a couple more stories. Ibrahim, good to see you.
Hello, Gimba. Very good to see you. Now, let's still remain in the court, where a federal high court sitting right there in Lagos has ordered the permanent forfeiture to the federal government, the sum of $8.4 million and another 9.2 billion naira linked to the wife of the former president, Dame Patience Jonathan. Justice Mojisola Olatirogun held that she failed to show reasonable cause while the funds should not be permanently forfeited. The court found that the funds, as claimed by the EFCC, were reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime, pursuant to Section 17 of the Advance Fee Fraud and Other Related Offence Act 2006. Now, time for a break, and when we come back, we'll tell you the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, and the Bele Money joint venture have provided a lasting remedy to the aid challenge confronting the people of Kumo community in Akko local government area of the state. Plus, the organizations constructed 100,000 liters per certain water treatment plant to serve the people. Do stay with us.